So when he goes treads first, I think it's more of a fighting build, that he's aiming to participate in fights early on, because else Vlad's, to me, should just on paper be the better farming build. 30 attack speed and some main status, of course, really good, but percentage-based damage when you're using 3 units should just outscale that. But regardless, he's going to get both. He has the Vlads in a moment. 200 gold short of that.
Oh, Universe. He is smoked, along with Aoi 2000. They're trying to find Zai. I'm not sure if they have dust at the moment, but he's in the trees. It's current point in time. The smoke pops. They know he's around here. Pop the dust. It actually hits him, but they can't see him, unfortunately. Oh, maybe now they can. Berserker's call. No, it's actually not in range. And the fissure comes. Fear's kind of blocked in, taking a lot of damage. He pops his ult. He's just going to run away.
That's a big win for Secret. Avoiding that gank and forcing the shapeshift.
Yeah, that is such a difficult kill. I almost feel their pain against the Broodmother.
Brood is so extremely annoying. It's like unbelievable.
And he's the top farmer in the game right now. And this is with Tinker getting a really early boost of travel. Universe.
Zai's going to regret this.
Oh, Zai taking so much damage from the Mystic Flare. And the Culling Blade finishes him off.
Okay, that was really odd. Like, that kill they can't get, right? It's an axe with call. Brood's Insatiable Hunger will not really be doing much damage for the first 2.5 seconds while the call is on. And Shaker doesn't have ult, and Brood doesn't have the Dagon yet, just has a spawn Spiderling. So any sort of support there will easily keep him safe. And the risk of the counterplay just, I feel like, outweighs the extremely slim chance of a kill.
Like
Kuro gets almost again.
That was so close.
Almost.
Not even close.
Not even close again.
So at this stage of the game, do you think he should just focus on the support? Well, basically anybody but Axe and Lycan?
He can focus on Lycan, because every time he will force out the ult if there's no backup, which is pretty valuable.
Is there any chance he goes for Orchid instead of Dagon? I mean, Orchid, maybe. If you get in range of Tinker, is incredibly good.
At the same time, so is the Dagon, right? Because then he can't blink.
Yeah,
Orchid won't disable
for Necro here.
Or treads first. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. He has the staff. Yeah, it could just be a book.
Hardcore push against an Axe. Of course, Axe will lose a lot of mana by initiating onto those pesky little Necro units.
Yeah. And there's someone we haven't really talked about that much. S4 has just quietly been farming on his puck. He hasn't found a kill yet. Minute 14. He has 65 CS, a blink. The blink he's had for like a good 5 minutes and hasn't even been looking for trouble. So
33 denies. So he's trying to pull a Dendy here. Yeah. What is this nonsense? Universe smoked up. It pops. They thought it might have been in the jungle, but it was actually Kuroki.
Oh,
here we go. Initiation with the Berserker's Call into Mystic Flare. Kuroki's going to go down before he can do anything. Culling Blade to finish him off yet again. That is the 3rd Culling Blade kill, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's...
Universe off to a really good start.
And that's an extremely confident play. His smoke breaks, but they didn't have vision in the area, so he basically guesses where he needs to blink. That could have been other angles than just straight down, but he takes the chance and gets a big payoff. They get the kill. No tower, though, so collateral not being claimed, and as such, maybe Secret are like, okay, well, they got a kill on our Shaker, and that's all.
Here we go. As for Mike get his first kill, Dream Coil is used along with Waning Rift. He's going to get silenced in turn, though, and the Wolves are doing a lot of damage, and Lycan comes in with Tinker out of nowhere. And Sumail takes the kill for himself. Aoi still not dead. The Fissure. Level 3 at the moment.
Well, Sumail buys his blink. He has cooldown
he
on
is just farming ridiculously well right now.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for EG. A little bit puzzled. I think S4 held his orb, and he might have considered, well, if I orb and then get silenced, there's a counterplay, but that orb was actually what he needed for the kill. He might have had cooldown. I didn't see the opening of the engagement.
Fear does have Lads now, so expect a Roche to come in the near... Actually, he's going for Necro as well. So who picks it? Does anybody pick up the Medallion of Courage? Is it needed?
They could get it on PPD, but I think the timing is going to be a little bit off. And no, they don't need it. You can easily do Roche without. It's just very effective.
Well, it's more. No, it's more. Do they need it in order to take it faster? Do they think that Secret would actually contest? As this tower's going to go down one way or another. Fortified first, and March of the Machine's doing a lot of damage. They're going to be forced out, but nope. Puck takes it for himself at the last second.
I don't think so. I think they can zone control with Tinker and secure the Roche. It's still pretty scary for Secret to engage in there. Broodmother is not strong yet for that kind of fight. Sure, your puck is pretty strong, but if they spread out correctly, then S4 maybe finds one hero and maybe they get a kill. But at the cost of a Roshan, that's easily worth it for EG.
I have a random question for you. What do you think about players on opposing teams, like rivals to some degree, using players' sets from the rival? So, for example, Fear is using Puppy's Lycan set. Which is awesome, by the way.
So there's two reasons why you would do that, right?
Yeah.
The one reason is you think it's the coolest set, and you like to look cool. The other one is, actually there's three. The other one is that you want to pay respect to the player and acknowledge what they've managed to accomplish with the hero. And the third one is you feel like it gives you style points to beat the enemy player with his own team.
It's probably more the third option than the latter.
I would be absolutely shocked if any player on the opposing team is actually intimidated to any extent.
Universe jumps in on Arteezy. He has no mana to use his ult. Away he runs, but away he dies with the Calling Blade again. That is the 4th kill for Universe. He is on fire so far this game.
He's getting so big. There's
actually a 5th option. They have no idea that's the player's set.
Yeah.
Also
what's the 4th option?
Huh?
Wait, I named 3 and
you named 4. Well, 4 is Chavos, so that's all I need.
The 4th option is to use Chavos' set. Does he have one?
Actually, I don't think so. I don't remember him ever having a set, actually. I could be wrong.
Pretty odd if he doesn't.
Yeah, that is odd. Well, I mean, Dendi only has 1 set, so I don't know what the heck they're doing over there. Dream Coil on 3. S4 gets silenced right off the bat, and Mystic Flare's almost going to blow him up. Right click's going to continue to miss up the cliff, though, and the Echo Slam doing so much damage. 2 dead right off the bat for EG, but here comes Universe with a Culling Blaze and the Berserker's Call. And it's a 2-for-2 at the current moment of time. Sumail and Universe chasing poor Puppy. Laser doesn't really do that much damage at level 1, I believe that is, but it's going to be a kill one way or another. In the end, a 3-for-2. And it looks like a tier 2 for Secret as well.
And that was a 3-for-2 for EG, and S4 even got lucky.
They missed like 3 attacks in a row.
I think they missed, 1 or 2 or 3.
Or 5.
Probably just 1 attack, judging from how well you usually count. Missed 1 attack uphill. Let's say it was 1. And because of that, S4 actually stays alive and gets to use another orb, which did make quite a difference in that fight, but still just goes to show Secret are not really able to contest the Roche Pit. I'm surprised they tried for it. And S4 ends up dying as well, and like we said, a 3-for-2, not really,
they got
not a disaster.
Yeah, it wasn't a disaster. They got an amazing Dream Coil, a pretty good Echo Slam considering he doesn't have a blink or anything to that effect, and well, in the end, they do give up the Aegis, but they get the tier 2 at top, so trades of sorts.
That's
and now
true.
a Necro 3 on Broodmother. Zai is looking to be disgusting this whole game.
That is role-playing as Brood. That's pretty mandatory.
Being disgusting?
Yes. As much as possible, voice chat to your teammates. If you need inspiration, you can watch Sir Action Slacks. He's a really good Brood Mother.
Yeah.
In the role-play aspect. Not so much in the actual play aspect, but that's okay.
How dare you, by the way, bash on Sir Action Slacks?
I did a bash compliment.
Yeah, I know. That's a backhanded compliment, in other words.
Do you call it that?
What's that? Yeah.
Do you call it backhanded compliment?
Backhanded
I like that a lot.
compliment.
I've never heard that before. That sounds
You
good.
could add that to your vocabulary now. And then
Absolutely.
increase it beyond mine. S4 getting
Goes
blocked
right
out
in
by
there.
the Wolf. Wolf.
I'll add that to my vocabulary as well.
I thought it was Wolves, but then I saw one as PPD is going to get caught on and destroyed. 8-6 currently for EG.
And they might even get more.
Tier
Fear
1
is
tower
really sticking around for long.
It's going to be denied by Puck, and they're going to go for Fear. He's Dream Coiled at the moment, gets the stun. Puppy stuns him on top of that. He's doing a lot of damage to Puppy, though. Look at these right clicks. Along with the Necro unit, he gets destroyed. It's a 2-for-2 in the end. As S4 blinks to safety and gets the Invis rune.
Damn, Arteezy got owned by the book. I think he killed the
blueberry?
What's that called? He got affected by Last Will. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
With Split Shot. I think he killed the book with that. And before that, he was Mana Drained. He just got blown up.
Poor Medusa.
Man, that's got to hurt. I was sure Fear was going to die there. At least lose the Aegis.
Yeah, he does have the Aegis, of course, so wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Well, what did we see meanwhile? Zai soloed Axe. So Universe died somewhere completely else. With the Necro book, Zai was able to pull that kill off. It's a big kill.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of gold from that. It's 500 gold for the streak, and where does he go from here? He could buy the Dagon in a moment if he wants that build. I'm not sure with how this game is going, though, if that's the plan. They might need a combat Brood, because Arteezy is not having the best game ever.
Well, Universe is going to show back up top. He has, of course, the Blink on top of a Vanguard and Yules, so he's picked up quite a bit of farm despite dying in that last engagement. 2 minutes left on the Aegis for Fear. As Dust is popped, it's not going to hit Zai, though. And Universe is going to be resigned to try to take out the Spiderlings, but the Berserker's Call will miss, unfortunately for him. Net worth still Zion.
PPD's in trouble. There's no call.
Oh, PPD. These Spiderlings do hurt quite a bit. He'll be okay, though. A little worse for wear, but we'll survive at the end of the day. Kuroki on the run. The blinking by Sumail and the laser. Burst damage for Tinker. Did he get a double kill with that heat-seeking missile? Are you kidding me? This kid gets kills without even trying. Jesus. That was across the river. He's almost done with his... In fact, he is done with his Bloodstone. Man, he is... Whew. Am I nerding out too hard right now on Sumail? He is pretty ridiculously good.
You're just a nerd in general.
All right. I'm a nerd gamer. What can I say?
You were tempted to say something else there.
No. Never.
Okay.
Bloodstone officially picked up. And, I mean, this is 22 minutes. He has a blink, Boots of Travel, Bloodstone. What do you think about that timing overall, Synderen?
Well, it's pretty ideal. What else can I say? What's his GPM, actually? It's about 500, as Universe gets a solo kill even, I think, on the Brood.
Wepis, you can blame Synderen for having you miss that kill.
Yeah, because you want
every time
to show his item build.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
He's doing really well. Both the Tinker and the Axe have exceptional farms, and so does Lycan. He's 3-0-6 with 150. At 23 minutes, everything is really going according to plan for EG here. It's surprising to see they're only ahead by about 1,000 gold. But of course, on Secret side, especially Zai is doing a great job, and also both Arteezy and S4 are staying in the neighborhood of the CS of the three tops on EG.
And Sumail picks up the awkward second Soul Ring, which we've talked about in the past as well, since that recipe was changed for the Bloodstone overall. And this is when, well, I shouldn't say this is when he got his blink, that's when he started getting scary, and now he's just getting even more scary. Broodmother, I mean, they have counters to Broodmother, that's the thing. What's the counter to Tinker for Secret in this game? You have the Howl into Swap, but the problem is March of the Machines is such a good skill. Oh, he's going to get silenced. This might be the counter, just beating the crap out of him. Sumail gets a Dream Coil applied to him, Phase Shift, S4.
Oh, they missed the orb!
And Sumail.
And it totally doesn't matter.
Well, it ended up mattering because...
I think he would have still suicided.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was okay.
Well, Fear and his Necro 3 going to push top lane. Tier 1's already dead. Zai just going to watch from the trees, creepily.
Did you mention his AC build-up?
On Zai?
Yeah.
I did not. Oh my.
So that is a combat build. I think this is a game he needs BKB in, honestly.
Uh-oh, Cyclone onto S4, into Berserker's Call, into Mystic Flare, and then into Culling Blade. That's a lot of spells for one hero, but luckily the cooldowns are not that high. Zai, still in the trees. They're going to find some Spiderlings.
I love that Yule's pickup on Universe, because you can hit Berserker's Call while they're cycloned. It's an exceptional counter to Puck. It's a really good way of dealing with Brood as well, to close the gap. It feels like he can't reach with Blink, he can Yule's and then call him down. And you see it at work there. Very nice play by him.
Puppy.
Puppy is super dead. Good jukes, though.
Rearm, well, March of the Machines hurts quite a bit. Does he even know he's here? I don't even think he knows he's here. Is he actually going to die, though? Oh, my God, it's going to be close. He tries to earn up at the last second. Sumail gets the kill. He's like, oh,
and then when he dies,
okay.
He blinks onto him.
He blinks
him a
onto
little
his
bit.
dead body and says, goodbye. Well, Arteezy, level 15. He's leveling quite nicely. 2,700 gold. Has a Manta style. What do you think about Manta first on Medusa? We've seen a lot of Scotty first in this tournament.
I think it's the more effective farming build. And right now for Arteezy, it's all about maximizing the GPM. Secret are not in a position to start playing Siege Tank mode anyway. So there's no real point in getting the Scotty if they don't get the kind of fights where it's beneficial at all. So I agree with the Manta choice. And I still think Scotty might be his next item, though.
And Broodmother getting close to finishing the Assault Cure. So Zai's going for a much more, I don't want to call this traditional build, but a less pub build on the Broodmother, which might be a little bit less exciting, but feels that this is the best choice for this game. And there's been a lot of games where we feel like going into the late game, a lot of teams just don't pick up Vlad's or AC, and you bring it up pretty much every time. It's kind of getting annoying, so I'm just going to say it now before you get into it later. But it won't be the problem for Secret.
Vlad's and AC are really good. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yule's into Berserker's Call. S4 gets swapped. Is it going to matter? Death Ward doing a lot of damage. He's actually blocked off here from the Fissure, but it's not going to matter. They can at least secure the kill on S4 and the Tier 2 bottom, which means only 2 towers on the outer side of the map for Secret are alive, And they're both mid, actually. The tier 1 is still there, surprisingly enough.
EG are really taking over this game more and more every minute. It's not just the gold lead, it's just they keep finding objectives, and there's really no counterplay for Secret yet right now. The Brood had a good start. Oh, Universe very close here.
As a gem.
If he gets the Yules off, he can't solo kill him at this point. He needs backup. PPD's there, but with no Death Ward, that might actually be good for Universe that he didn't go for that. But of course, Tinker could have poured it in.
Uh-oh, looks like Sumail's actually. I was going to say Dagon because I saw the Null Talisman, but I don't think it's going to be the case. Universe is going to clean up the Spiderlings with ease. But Sumail, can you go back to Sumail, Wepis? As BKB on RTZ now. Is this going to be a Shiva's, I guess, for Sumail? I'm guessing the Null Talisman he had previously, so it's not going to be Dagon, is my guess.
Yeah.
Unless he just built it with a casual plate mail, which could be the case.
Or he gets AC, what do you think?
Well, if you were captaining, I think that's what you would push for. But it looks like
AC and Lance are really good items.
Yep.
Just casual plug. I'll do that every 3 minutes.
Well, Fear is going to pick up both, so I think you're pretty happy about it.
Yules.
There we go. Here's the initiation. PPD is here with a cask into a Maldic, into Death Ward. Is this going to be enough damage to take out Zai? He's at half HP. He's going to try to TP out, but the dunk will finish him off. And the Necro units going to be cleaned up as well. I'm actually shocked that we're 28 minutes in the game with this ridiculous push line from EG, and they haven't taken tier 1 mid. They've just completely neglected it completely. Or I said completely in 2 sentences, but that's the American word.
It was twice in 1 sentence, yeah.
Fear with his Necro Book. He's going to pop his ult. He's going to try to go for pop. Oh my god, the mana drain is out of control. Kuroki gets a nice fissure though. The stun onto... That was the Necro unit actually for Puppey.
Yep.
Probably the best choice as he runs away to safety.
Yeah, well,
man,
it just seems like
so fast.
With every minute, Secret are just losing more and more map control. And I like the BKB idea from Arteezy because I think he will need it against the Tinker, else he's just going to be affected by laser a lot and too much spell damage in general coming out between Tinker and the Skywrath. But it's just generally a bad sign if your Medusa has to go for BKB's second item because it just puts even more emphasis on the greed. He needs even more time, and that is time in which EG are out-farming them. Just simply put, at this point in time, it looks like EG are accumulating about 500 more GPM than Secret across their team, maybe even more, like 600 or 700, as now BKB on Axe. And there's just seemingly no way for Secret to really get any pressure out. Their lineup isn't built for this right now. So they're doing the right thing.
They can turtle, though. That's
what
they can do.
They can turtle, but never forget how strong Tinker is super late game.
I don't think we've seen Kuroki actually use his Blink Dagger on Earthshaker yet. And he bought that, I want to say, like 8 to 9 minutes ago. I mean, we saw the Echo Slam in the pit, but that was without the Blink Dagger, of course. They just haven't really found any opportunities to do anything as they're being split pushed big time by both Tinker and Lycan. And of course, Universe being super aggressive against the Broodmother. Has the BKB, as you said, along with the gem.
Oh, Arteezy. He just walks into... Oh my god, he actually got away with that.
His Cyclone now onto Arteezy, into a call, but Arteezy pops the ult, trying to find somebody, trying to turn somebody into stone. He gets swapped by Puppey. Puppey's going to be the sacrificial lamb in this engagement. Takes 2 or 3 right clicks. The Universe re-engages onto poor Arteezy. He's going to get destroyed again. It is 3 dead for Secret, and EG is just doing whatever the hell they want. Zai will not get out. This is going to be 4 deaths. The only survivor is S4 on the puck. EG's getting everything they want right now.
Yeah, Kuro got caught off guard as well.
They can get racks here.
Kuro got, yeah, easily. They're going to probably get 2 lanes. Kuro got caught off guard. They're going to buy back the Medusa to do what they can. And if this is going to... I don't think EG care.
Well, she doesn't have her ult, she doesn't do any damage.
Yeah. Shaker is what they need to be scared of. If they can keep vision on him as S4 tries to put some pressure. There is the melee racks. S4.
Oh, man. S4 gets bursted down. Earthshaker, where are you?
And Kuro gets caught again by the silence. He gets silenced
right away. Look at that reaction time from AUI. Unbelievable. Puppey taking a lot of damage. It looks like he'll get out of the battle hunger. He's trying to kill a creep. Kill a damn creep, for God's sake. And he ends up going down anyway. Oh, man. 3 dead. They can continue. There's no reason. Echo Slam is still up, however. That is something to keep in mind. All the outer towers are taken out. They're going to focus on this range racks for now with the Wolves and Fear Doesn't have his ultimate. Oh, I'm sorry, he does. It's been so long, it's off cooldown already. They're going to play it safe, probably go for the next Roche. But this is not looking good for Secret and Gamer. Of course, remember, this is the best of 3. The winner goes to the grand finals against Vici Gaming tomorrow.
EG are looking really sharp in this game. I'm worried for Secret. Okay, so obviously the game isn't over yet, but if this continues, Secret will not come back in this game. Going into game 2, it's tricky, I think, because their draft in this game, they opened up with the Medusa that they haven't played, from what we know, earlier in the tournament. And EG just seems to have a complete solution to this passive style of play that Secret have been using this game. The only real aggression that we've seen has come out of Zai. And, well, they had the answers for that. They've had the answers for all the other heroes. And going into the next game, I don't think Secret will feel like, wow, we just got totally outplayed in this game. Because, well, granted they did, but I want to say it's more about the strategy overall. They got out-strategized more than just beaten on individual skill. And the adjustments they need to make for game 2, I think, are going to be hard to find.
I think one of the big things this game is that S4 has been a non-factor. And, I mean, we talked about Brood, Zai. He played quite well in the early game. I mean, that's the thing about Brood. It doesn't necessarily matter if you die, just because you create so much space for your team. But the problem is Medusa is only going to be super effective into the extreme late game. And Puck can take over in the mid game. We just haven't seen that from S4. So he's going to get bursted. Silences Sumail, though, along with the Dream Coil. Zai is here as well. Sumail attempting to get out rearming, but it's probably going to be too much damage to speak of.
He couldn't cast it. I think he was trying to cast it, but couldn't find a way of clicking it.
You're talking about the Bloodstone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does end up dying here. That's a big kill streak for Zai, and the amount of gold in just 1 kill right now amounts to about 1,500 for Secret with how far they're behind. Also opens up the map for 25 seconds. Doesn't look like they'll be able to find anything, though.
Universe looking... Man, Universe is playing so well on this Axe. That is something we have to keep in mind. I mean, we talked about how... I don't know if you were on the panel, actually. We were talking about how his Faceless Void days seemed like so long ago, almost, because that hero isn't really played to the same level that we've been accustomed to, I guess is the best way to put it, because of the nerfs and whatnot and the changes to the metagame. But he's been playing a good Clockwork, but nothing has been amazing. This Axe performance has been, I want to say, really up there, close to his Void. But of course, Void just has, I don't know, that hero is just special, as you would say. Special.
Well,
and he goes Boots of Travel.
In a way, the two heroes are fairly similar in the roles they play for their team. They jump in, they initiate, and set the tone of the fight. So just as a player-hero combination, I think Universe, it really suits him to play heroes like Axe and Clockwork. I think those are the two heroes he shines on the most after the Void you mentioned. So.
Yeah. His Beastmaster has been pretty good, but it's kind of a hit or miss, and I feel that's the case for the hero in general, though.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Well, Brood did finish the AC quite a while ago. Going for BKB now. Sumail's going to be found out. Kuroki's going to completely miss the... Okay, well, Puck just got blown up by Sumail, and Kuroki on the run. And by run, I mean teleport. This is not looking good. This is going to be 3 deaths in the blink of an eye for EG. And buyback only on Puck at the moment. So perhaps expecting a push as Tinker upgrading the Dagon to his heart's content. Father Fear is proud.
Extremely big, this Tinker. Jesus, 23,000 net worth. He has a GPM of 650 and doesn't give a damn about anything in this game, it seems like. That's what's so hard about playing against a player like Sumail. He's so incredibly aggressive, and when he gets a lead, it just seems like nothing can stop him in the game. Yeah. You can't let this guy get too far ahead as he just carries the momentum through the entire game.
I think as Arteezy is going to pop his ult. Universe on the run at half health at the current moment of time. Waiting for this Echo Slam to come to effect as Puppey just gets blown up again. Sumail doesn't even need to be outside the tree line to get a kill. Zai extremely low, but looks like he'll live. And this is just going to be a second Rax for EG. As
Kuro tries to engage.
Remaining.
Good Echo!
Echo's going to blow up 2 heroes. Dream Coil going to secure the second. And with that, they're actually going to go back in. BKB popped by Universe. He gets an amazing Berserker's Call. Destroys again. Poor Zai. Earthshaker to fall next, and Arteezy pops to BKB. No mana to speak of. Fear with his BKB just chasing his poor son, beating him to death. That is not what you do to your only child. As S4 will end up trading his life, and this looks to be GG very shortly, as Fear is still alive. And with that, in all likelihood, Mega Creeps. Oh, he gets swapped
him in.
Into a stun. Arteezy bop back. And Fear. Oh god, the reinitiation from Universe and Sumail. This looks to be it. The Calling Blade finishes off in style. Triple kill for Sumail. EG takes game 1 in style, I want to say.
Man, Secret just got destroyed this game.
Why are you looking at me? Stop staring at me with your soulless eyes, Cinderin. I don't know what to say. This is not... I mean, I expected this to go 3 games, but I honestly did not expect even 1 game to be a complete stomp. And this... It didn't start off as a stomp. That's the thing. And it's so hard to contain somebody like... or a hero like Broodmother, but with an axe, we talk about how it is a counter to Broodmother, but they picked it yesterday and it worked just fine. Not to be this time.
I think the Tinker last pick really caught Secret by surprise and ruined their entire game plan for them. The issue here is they can't really find any sort of pickoffs or any fights because they constantly have to deal with the split push coming out of Sumail. In hindsight, what they could have done was maybe try to focus a little bit more on him in the mid lane and help. First of all, Atizi lost the lane, so he needs help. They could have killed the Tinker once or twice and maybe from there delay Sumail enough so that this style of play comes in too late. They didn't accomplish that. They constantly need to defend, and as a result, well, you said it, S4 and the puck just didn't really seem like much of a factor that game, even though he got a fast blink. Zai did what he could with his ability to split push, but at the end of the day, Secret pretty much spent the... beyond the 15-minute mark, they spent the whole game on their side of the map. And
we saw, not that it's his fault, obviously, it's just the way the heroes play, especially when you're behind, is Kuroki. We saw 2 Echo Slams the whole game. They were both good, but he just didn't find any opportunity to use them effectively, and that's what split pushing does. So with that, EG takes game 1. This, of course, is a best of 3 for the consolation finals, as we like to call it. My name is Sunsfan Joe Meissner, and let's see what the panel in the studio thinks. We'll be right back.
And there we had it. Game 1 is in the books. EG saying, I don't care about Zai's Broodmother. We do have the counter. It's Universe with his, I want to say, best game of the tournament.
Yeah, I think so. Like all the games,
Thank you, Winter.
all the games he wasn't particularly sent out, and we agreed that because the meta has shifted away from the heroes that he was really good at, the Void, especially
The Darkseer, he was also good at. The
But
Jakiro.
this game he showed that he could put a big performance if they were to put him on a hero like Axe. He dictated a lot of the pace of the game. But in particular, the Tinker pick did really well against the Brood. Neutralized a lot of speed pushing power the hero provides for the team. They didn't need to allocate resources to deal with the Brood. That's the thing, because the Tinker is just there and he deals with everything.
True.
And Tinker didn't even need any help to get off the ground. He dominated his lane. EG didn't even have to have supports backing him up. There was no pressure on the Tinker. It's really impressive, especially because last time Sumail and Arteezy met in the mid lane, that was the SF versus Queen of Pain when Sumail got solo killed at level 2.
Yep.
And he kind of talked about in an interview later where he's like, I felt like I had to do more than was expected of me to beat Arteezy because this was Arteezy. This game around, I mean, he played aggressive, but he didn't give anything to Arteezy, crushed him in lane. And Secret, I feel Kuro as well as Puppey, they didn't really seem like they had a clear game plan in the first 5-10 minutes of the game. They didn't move too much. They got the 1 kill in the Axe in the jungle, but I don't think the Earthshaker as well as the Venge got anything done.
Yeah, and
Not really.
that's the thing. I was talking about the matchup, and I was saying how Sumail was so dominating. A lot of people on Twitter were like, well, I mean, it is a Medusa versus a Tinker, right? The Tinker should have the advantage, which is partially true, but it was also kind of like Secret saying, okay, by design, we're going to let Arteezy lose the mid lane. And that is just a recipe for disaster, because when you get an Axe that's doing very well and a Tinker that's doing very well, then what's your game plan? Your Brood cannot do anything on their own.
You get gank everywhere on the map, and not to mention, I feel partly why he lost the lane so bad, it was because of his own fault as well. In the first 2 waves, you don't really want to trade against a Tinker. He has laser, and once he lasers you can't fight, you have to back off, you take an extra 2 pot shots, and he went for the Wraith Band build. He didn't have a lot of regen, and he was trading with the Tinker, which is, I felt, not really efficient for him to do so, and he had to send 1 more Tangles, and he couldn't lane. It took him like up to minute 4 before he got his bottle. Like the lane was already lost after that. He couldn't stand in the lane.
Okay, yeah. So Sumail taking the mid lane for the boys in blue. Also Universe showing up, and the rest of the team completing a solid performance for a game 1